All right. Whatever.
That looks off center.
It does look slightly off center. I think it could be a hair this way.
Give too many fucks.
I could tell you from right here, man. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Try to like sock pocket myself over here. Have some fun with it. We have fun here. This is a fun show. Allegedly. Well, some of us like to have fun. Some of us, on the other hand. OITs. Hey, 9 people watching. We're talking Hideyuki Kikuchi, the kind of honestly batshit insane author for those in the... Trust me, he is batshit. We'll get there. Scooch over a little bit.
Yeah.
Good. Let me adjust my camera then. Hello. Yes, you are new. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, the usual. Motherfucker. Hello. Hello. Yeah, alright. Fuck it. This will do. I guess. Anyway.
But we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we're doing it live!
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Doing it live like usual.
Tonight on Stumbling Down History Road, we're going to be talking about Hideyuki Kikuchi
Yes.
and one of his many things.
I mean...
Some of.
Look, I could show you the list of all of his published works, and he is, it's a lot, especially in the non-English stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Like, almost disconcertingly a lot, but whatever. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. What is a Hideyuki, and why is it that you give a fuck?
So, he is a Japanese author, and, you know, he's usually likened to like the Japanese equivalent of Stephen King.
Okay.
However, I'd argue that he's actually more the Japanese Clive Barker.
I don't know who that is.
Do you know the Hellraiser movies?
No.
Pinhead, the guy with the pins in his head.
Not a clue.
Okay.
Are you making a Family Guy reference?
No, the literal Pinhead, the movie like Hellraiser with the fucking. He also did like the Books of Blood, Midnight Meat Train.
You're just making stuff up now.
I'm not. If you know Clive Barker, you know who whatever. He's a very famous, also batshit insane horror writer and director. He also directs his movies too. Hello. Anyway, but yeah, no. So he's I'd say he's definitely more the equivalent to say like the Japanese Clive Barker, or I'd probably say Junji Ito now is more the Japanese.
Stephen King.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but I mean, just because you get movies made out of your stuff doesn't mean that you're. Because yeah, but anyway. So he was let's see when was he born? What year was it? Should be in the about the artist section back here somewhere.
In September of 1949?
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Look, I'm not. I know his work a little bit better than I know the man. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Like
To be honest, though, he's really not that like, at least in terms of like English, like what's known over here. He's not that like public. Prolific and public, so to say. Like his private life is very much like kind of unknown to my knowledge.
And that's just over here, or is that in Japan too?
In Japan, it's probably a little bit different, but unfortunately, I don't know how to read the Japanese wiki like that, so.
Have you tried learning?
Learning Japanese is a pain in the butt. I've tried. Learning to read it anyway. Yeah. I had a hard enough time learning to read English. I'm fucking dyslexic.
But what if you're turning Japanese?
That song's about jerking off.
I'm Jackson. That's Jeff.
I'm D. Hey, Superfan George. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. It's been a minute. We're sorry. We've been... Although you missed an episode, that's on you.
Yeah. Good old George.
Hello, Johnny John, and whatever that is. I think that's Hindi. I don't read Hindi.
I don't know. It's all the way over there. So what is this man's first work?
So his first published novel is Demon City Shinjuku.
Novel?
Yes.
Do you have to specify novel?
Well, I mean, because he's also written manga, like movies, like he's done like movie scripts and stuff, obviously, because he's had movies made. Like he's done other stuff, but yeah, in terms of like it's his first novel, because there's manga and novels are technically different. But yeah, his first published major work is Demon City Shinjuku. I believe that was published on a chapter by chapter basis in a magazine first, like a lot of stuff is, before it got published like actual like full book itself.
Do you know when that was?
I want to say it was 1984, and the movie came out almost the next year in 1980. No, because this year's the 40th. Last year was the 40th anniversary. So this would actually be 1982. I'm sorry. It would be 1982-ish, I believe. And then it was the movie, and then he, like, basically 1984 was Vampire Hunter D, the novel, because that was last year's 40th. And then this year, 40th is the movie, because that came out almost the next year, like, right after the book came out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's very good friends with a, Tamil language. Okay, I'm sorry. But, got hit by a storm, a lot of damage. Oops, sorry about that, my dude. Anyway.
Hopefully you're all right, George.
Yeah, well, if you're all right. If you need a not Patreon, GoFundMe, you could go ahead and throw that in the chat if you want.
Yeah. I guess. Well, I guess that's allowed.
It's more syrupy. Whatever. Not the same, but...
So what is Demon City Shinjuku about? If you can elaborate a bit.
So, Demon City Shinjuku is, a lot of his books kind of take place in an unspecified, like, 20XX, like a 20XX type timeline deal. Like, a lot, like, unless stated otherwise, like...
It's supposed to be a future?
Yeah. Like, this one, for example, takes place during the Sengoku period.
What is it?
Sword of Shibito. It's a manga.
Okay.
And we'll get into that in a minute. I'm also crazy. Hello, Kelly. Game over. Yes, yes. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, do it. I don't care if they subscribe. It's engagement. Whatever, dude. It's fine. Anyway. But, well,
Thank you, George.
thank you, George. Yeah, so Demon City Shinjuku, essentially what happens is a earthquake basically cuts, like, the entire ward of Shinjuku, because Tokyo itself is broken up into, like, different wards. Kind of similar to, like, how New York City has boroughs. Except there's a lot more wards and it's whatever. But anyway, there's like 42 of them, I think, if memory serves. But or like, there's like 40, whatever. Anyway, so the ward of Shinjuku, which is like kind of like one of the entertainment wards, not necessarily like it's like more like the city. It's kind of like not Manhattan, but like the almost the Japanese equivalent to like the Manhattan chunk, kind of sort of. Anyway, it gets hit by an earthquake that causes it to become disconnected from like Japan, where there's a big, like I think it's 2 meter, like not 2 meter, like a kilometer wide like fissure surrounding the entirety of Shinjuku, and just kind of the rest of the city is like the rest of the like country is kind of broken away from it, so to say. And because of the earthquake and the fact that like it's an unspecified future, like technology, the whole city basically becomes like hell on earth, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Between like the damage from the earthquake itself, which like destroyed most of like a lot of the bigger buildings and everything, killed an ass whack of people, yada yada yada, and also it's implied that the fissure itself goes right down to hell, which is a whole other thing.
Okay, that's where the demons come from, I assume.
Partially, yes. It's implied that like the demons are just kind of already a thing hanging out, like just kind of subtly, like unknown before that, like, because like by the time Yashikiden, like the Demon City Blues books comes up,
Sure.
which takes place even further down the timeline, there's already like a whole established like vampire house hanging out. Like there's a bunch of stuff like, but yeah, between like the technology that's basically become indiscernible from magic and actual magic, like the whole of Shinjuku is just kind of like like Detroit. It's a joke.
No,
Not Detroit! Not Detroit!
Where's that from?
The Kentucky Fried Movie.
But which skit?
Fistful of Yen,
Yes.
which in my
Which
opinion,
is just a fucking Enter the Dragon knockoff.
that's pretty much half the fucking movie. It's like, I want to say it's like a few dozen sketches.
Yeah. It's definitely a good chunk of the movie, at least.
Yeah, and then a good, like at least a solid third to almost more of the movie is that, and then it goes back to a little bit more, whatever, we'll get there.
Big Jim Slade.
No, nothing beats Rex Kramer Danger Seeker.
That said, speaking of Big Jim Slade, I tried to convince Garrett to watch Black Dynamite earlier.
Oh God.
Yeah. Great movie. If you
Good
haven't
movie,
seen it.
yeah.
Great movie.
And
Not
we gotta
good.
see the pseudo sequel.
Dynamite. Dynamite.
I think it's Outlaw Johnny Black or something like that. There's a pseudo sequel. It's same people, but it takes place in a Western version.
Interesting.
It's been out for a little bit now. Just haven't gotten around to it. Whatever. Anyway,
Anywho's it's.
but yeah. So Demon City Shinjuku is kind of its own like literary universe in and of itself because like there's like the Demon City Blues stuff. There's like the Mephisto solo stuff. There's a couple other things. There's like the two other sequel books to Demon City Shinjuku. One of them being exclusively in manga format, which this should not exist.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Technically, it doesn't exist. I've checked as many places as I can find to see if Volume 3 of this in English should exist, and there's no real record of it ever being published. So the fact that I have an English version of Volume 3, when, like, even DMP Publishing never had it on their website, like, is like a...
Well, this is ADV manga. Have you tried
I'm
ADV?
an ADV manga. DMP was the other was the people who did the Vampire Hunter D manga. I'm sorry. I mix them up sometimes.
Did they just, like, go under, maybe?
No, they're still technically around.
Were they bought out by somebody, maybe?
I don't know. That's
It's one of the great mysteries of the world.
it's not a me problem because I don't care about the publishers. I just care about the actual work itself. I mean, you know, sucks to whoever lost their jobs, but anyway. But yeah, so like it's an interesting like series. And then there's, like I said, there's also Sword of Shibito, which was I think 4 volumes, but only 1 or 2 got put out in English. Before they kind of, I think it was canceled technically, but like only 1 or 2 were put out in English, but I think it was never finished in English. Heck, I got there's a few things that are available on Kindle only that were his too. The rest of the Time Machine Red Spider Exorcist series, there's like 7 of those, but only 2 got published physically.
You're going to need to elaborate on some of these before you just start listing things. Like, explain the difference between fucking Sword of Shibito and, like, Demon City or something, or the thing that you literally just said that name all got blurred up with a bunch of...
Time Machine Red Spider Exorcist?
Yeah. Like, explain that there's some differences here, man. You can't just, like, ramble.
So these are
the same.
Well, so no, because to my knowledge, none of his book series actually take place in a overall metaverse. Everything is all of his universes are all self-contained. To my knowledge, I haven't seen any, but that's a different story. We'll get there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to break it up a little for the layman, the one that does not know about this
Kikuchi.
I know what I said.
Whatever.
Did that on purpose.
Oh, I know you did that on purpose. So anyway, please don't spam broski. But yeah. So okay. So Time Machine is a different manga series. It started off as just Time Machine, which is about a doctor, an exorcist doctor who uses acupuncture needles. And then there's a second series, which I guess is supposed to be the same universe, but just a different character set, called Time Machine Red Spider Exorcist. And that's about a spider demon who decides to fight other demons by being a exorcist. And there's like, I think 7 volumes total for that one. But it was never... But they were put out on Kindle, of all places, for a while. I don't know if they're still available, but they were never published physically. Just like the second edition, second volume of Mahoden. That was Kindle only. I think there's supposed to be 2 more volumes to that, but they were never actually translated too, because Dark Horse wasn't making money on them. Because Dark Horse had the novel publishing rights for a while. They still mostly do. It's just they either stopped publishing them, or they're, to my knowledge, they're reworking everything. They finished with volume 30 of Vampire Hunter D. They're reworking the contract for everything else, volume 30 onward, which is like up to like 53 by now, I think.
But how does this elaborate the difference between the Sword of Shibitu?
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Like, I'm just trying to understand the differences in works and like why one you should check out one over the other, and why you should be like, oh look, I think you would like Demon City. I think you would like.
So the books are all kind of like. So the one thing is they're all kind of batshit.
They're all a little crazy.
Oh, they're all fucking crazy.
Okay.
Especially the ones I didn't grab with me, which is like the Wicked City books, which we'll get into in a minute. It was made a movie. You might know the Wicked City movie, the anime. They also did a live action version from Hong Kong that is kind of mostly based off it, kind of sort of. It's a Hong Kong version, which
I'll trust you.
It's interesting that that's actually the only Hong Kong knockoff version of his work, too, to my knowledge. I don't think they ever did a Hong Kong version of Shinjuku. I don't think Vampire Hunter D's ever got a Hong Kong knockoff. So it's just a weird side thought, but whatever. So, I mean, the biggest difference is kind of sort of like the mainish genre, so to say. Like, for example, Demon City Shinjuku is a bit more of a sci-fi,
Okay.
like just kind of straight sci-fi horror book, where this is like technically more of a samurai slasher / horror book.
This being the
Sort of Shibito, the manga, anyway.
in case you can't read it,
Yeah.
it might not show up well.
And this one's about a guy who gets roped into having to take care of a resurrected feudal lord. So he was like assassinated, like his clan was assassinated and taken out, and like their 2 sorcerers resurrect him in like a Frankenstein body.
Okay.
And while he regains his memories of who he is, and like kind of, having to figure out like it's been like a little bit since he's been dead, they rope a regular farmer into kind of taking care of him, and the farmer's like, sure, I guess. So it's, farmer dude and a Frankenstein monster samurai lord who is kind of sort of also evil. He was assassinated because he was kind of evil. Like, just, and
Okay.
yeah, I know. And so the farmer's like, I guess I'll try and raise him right now while I'm doing this and make him a little less evil? I don't know. I only got the 1 volume. I think there might be a second volume in English. I just can't find it for the life of me. And I think there's a few more in Japanese after that. But
So are these manga or are these novels?
are specifically manga. These ones are specifically manga. I have almost all of his other English novels at home, which is the Vampire Hunter D, the Demon City Shinjuku, the Wicked City stuff. Those are a bit thicker because they're actual novels. These are manga. Manga could be a little bit thinner.
Gotcha.
Like the Demon City Hunter books, these are about the main character from Demon City Shinjuku and him trying to find God manifested on Earth. While
Okay.
at the same time, an evil cult is also trying to find God to, use him for evil stuff. Well, he's like,
yeah, that makes sense.
I know. I know. It's again, these are batshit. Like a book about a guy who uses a wooden sword to make miracles, because that's technically okay. So we really want to get like
Is this Demon City Hunter or Sword of Shibitu or
this is
Wicked?
Demon City Shinjuku and Demon City Hunter. It's the
Specifically,
same, specifically,
gotcha.
yes. Sword of Shibito is just that basic plotline about the dead feudal lord being Frankenstein.
Okay.
Demon City Shinjuku has three main storylines for this guy who is Kyoya.
Okay.
Kyoya Izayoi.
Is what?
Kyoya Izayoi. That's his name.
Okay, I thought you were saying is
No.
a Yao.
Given name Kyoya.
Yaoi.
Family name Izayoi. Yeah, I know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so there's three main stories for him, to my knowledge. Demon City Shinjuku, Demon City Hunter, Demon Palace Babylon.
Okay.
And then there's the extended stuff from Demon City, the Demon City Shinjuku series, which is the Dark Side, the Demon City Blue stuff, which takes place for the secondary protagonist. I mean, the second protagonist slash spy and deuteragonist, whatever you want to.
Deuteronomist.
Yeah, Deuteronomist. Setsura Aki, and then Dr. Mephisto.
Isn't that the bad guy in Marvel? One of? Who isn't a bad guy at some
So-
point?
Dr. Mephisto is
Mephisto.
yes, he's a secondary kind.
He's gonna fucking fisto you.
So he's kind of like the
Gonna fist up
medical
your
equivalent of Vampire Hunter D.
Which
there's-
we will maybe
we'll do
get
an
to.
episode whenever the sword is made. We'll get there. Anyway, but so he's like an impossibly handsome doctor who may or may not be a demon, who can cure any and all illnesses and maladies and injuries and stuff just by being handsome around it. I'm not joking. Like that has happened like more than once, where he just shows up, just kind of exudes his aura of Mephisto-ness, and whatever the problem was just kind of heals itself.
Sexy.
I mean, Vampire Hunter D kind of has the opposite version. He'll show up and his aura just drops you to the ground in scariness. So like,
Of less sexy.
and then Setsura Aki himself is also described as indescribably handsome and sexy too. He has an interesting habit of making indescribably.
Setsuraki is the Demon City guy.
He's the second Demon City Shinjuku protagonist, kind of, sort of, yes.
Second protagonist?
Well, Setsura Aki's stories take place way after this, or way after Kyoya dies, or like goes away. Because in the fourth novel, it's mentioned that they know the name of his sword still, and they know about him, but kind of like his memory and like his name and stuff have kind of faded. So they still remember that the guy wielding the wooden sword Ashura initially saved the city and like was the first big hero of the city. It's just he kind of also has faded since then, because it's probably been at least 50 to 100 years, I think. The timelines are a little.
Wibbly wobbly.
I mean, in Vampire Hunter D, it's implied by the time the 15th novel rolls around that at least 100 years have passed since the first book. But like, it's also implied that it might not have been too. He's a little weird with his time scaling, I know. It's weird.
I'm just here for the vibes.
Oh, and again, that's not getting into the pure batshittery of like, say, fucking Wicked City, which is basically when he decides to write with one hand, so to say.
I don't know if I've ever heard that phrase.
Writing with one hand,
Yeah.
or like typing or drawing with one hand, or
Like I said, I don't think I've ever.
it means you're jerking off while you're doing it.
Mm.
You've never heard that expression before?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, so the Wicked City books, which was also a movie. Yeah.
Do you wanna get into that one?
Give me a check.
Because I want you to know, I know nothing of what's happening. I expect you to fill all this airtime.
I'm working on it, my dude. Anyway. Like, because it's... Okay, so... Wicked City it's another separate continuity universe thing. There's 10 novels total, to my knowledge. Only 3 were done in English. I have them. Go figure. And then there was the movie.
You have all 3 copies?
I have all 3 English novel books.
All 3 copies. You have the only 3 copies in English.
I'm just good like that. Some people try to buy all the copies of like Titanic. I try to buy all the copies of one book. Anyway. So basically the world is kind of split into like the regular world, like humans and everyday stuff.
Okay.
And then like the underworld, which is like demons. And the main character is called Blackguard, which are basically like a global global organization, kind of like the Men in Black.
Yeah.
But instead of aliens, it's demons. Right.
When hasn't it been demons?
Um.
Other than Vampire Hunter D, because that's vampires.
Oh, he has a whole.
But there's demons and vampires.
No, he's got a whole 40 like 40 plus novels, like younger based novel book series.
And it's all porn.
No, it's all aliens.
It's all porn.
It's all around aliens.
It's all porn.
It's basically Indiana Jones, but everything ends up being aliens, basically.
It's all Goosebumps.
It's
It's all Goosebumps.
the Alien Treasure series, I think it's basically just kind of known as.
It's all Goosebumps.
Yes. Anyway.
It's all porn.
So
I've read enough smut to know where this is going.
Yeah, so the main
Just
character,
ignore me. It's fine.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's a mid-ranking Blackguard member. And he gets teamed up with a very sexy female demon to protect an extremely powerful like psychic guy. I know, like he's like a super powerful psychic yoga instructor or whatever, and they're basically protecting him until they could do like the peace summit. Like the semi-annual like, okay, we're not going to have all-out war between humans and demons right now. Peace summit.
Yep.
And
he says, nay, nay.
no, he basically says, okay, that's cool and all, but I want to go try and get my dick wet the entire time you guys are protecting me.
By your alien demons.
But just from the demons, yes.
The diamonds.
Like, he's introduced by, so he's supposed to be coming in on like a jumbo jet, and as the jet's landing, the whole fucking jet explodes.
And this is Wicked City?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, the jet just goes kablooey while it's landing. And they're like, oh, shit, I guess he's dead. And he's just like, nah, I came in on a slightly earlier flight. I'm not that stupid. And he's like, I foresaw they were going to try and blow me up. So then he starts hanging out. And, So, a lot of people know Wicked City from, like, the very intro scene where he's like hanging out at like a bar, like a host bar, and like one of the chicks comes over to him and picks him up and brings him back to her place. And then as they're doing it, she turns into like a like vagina mouth monster spider thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the opening of the movie. In the book, instead what she tries to do is just kind of absorb them all of the blob. Which actually kind of sort of happens later on in the movie when the old man gets absorbed into the massage lady chick. And then they yank his ass out of there. That actually doesn't happen in the novel.
Why are they trying to absorb him?
Because if they kill the old man, then the peace summit won't happen and they can have demon war. And the demons would technically probably win, but it would be just fucky for everybody. Because human tenacity and bullshit and... Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not even getting into the other 2 books. One of which is even more fucked up and horny. And the other one's a little bit more regular, but still, it has a couple moments.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the other one involves them trying to fight the 2 incubuses, which are...
Male succubuses.
Yes.
Okay.
And it involves a lot of weird dream sex stuff.
Okay.
I know. It's like I said, he gets weird. Like
Who would have ever guessed that this is your favorite author?
I mean, it's not just like the weird horny stuff too, because he puts in like a lot of like weird, interesting, just world expanding details into all of his books. Like he just introduces random concepts that don't even go anywhere, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is a thing that exists in the books. You're never really going to see it, but it happens. It's just a thing." Like for example, slightly also again weird, horny nonsense, but it's just because it's never addressed again in the book though. There's in Demon City Shinjuku. There's an apartment. There's a department store, and in one of the floors of the department store, think like Macy's or whatever back in the day.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. So like the Japanese equivalent of a Macy's, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But one of the walls, just one of the random walls in the store, for no discernible reason, just is able to move and morph itself at will almost, and it makes itself look like women's bodies. Just sexy women bodies just in a wall, and like if guys go up to it, they'll just kind of eventually go, I want to fuck this wall, and end up fucking themselves unconscious into the wall by accident. So like only women are allowed to shop on that floor of the store now. It's just like,
unless you're lesbian,
right? But it's just like that. There's like a whole 2 pages about this wall in a random store that's introduced at the very beginning of Yashikiden, and then never ever addressed again. It's just, yeah, this is a thing that happens here. This is how weird the city is. You're never going to hear about it again.
Why does this sound like a hornier Japanese version of Terry Pratchett's stuff?
I mean, you could almost say that, yeah. Again, that's why I said, again, he's more of like the Japanese equivalent to Clive Barker than he is like...
Stephen King?
Yes. Because Clive Barker stuff is just like also weirdly horny and sexy and like horror and stuff. Like if you read the Books of Blood, like there's there's just as many comedic, like not just as many, but there's like a few more comedic ones in there. Like the first one is actually just straight comedy in the Books of Blood. I mean, besides the setup story initially, but yeah, the Yattering is just a straight comedy thing. Like, you know.
I don't.
Anyway.
I do not know.
I mean, one of the books is about when hands decide to become sentient and chop themselves off and rise up against people.
Is this Clive Barker or
Clive
is this...
Barker, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where we get the thing? Addams Family reference?
No. Addams Family is before Clive Barker.
I know. But is that where he got the idea?
It's probably somewhat of a reference to it, yeah. Probably. I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, there's also Rawhead Rex by Clive Barker that became a movie, and that's from the Books of Blood initially.
Rawhead Rex?
Rawhead Rex.
Dare I ask?
I'm
gonna ask.
What is Rawhead Rex?
The fuck are you on about?
So it was one of the short stories from Books of Blood initially,
Okay.
and it's about a couple who from England who's just kind of like touring the countryside, so to say, and they end up in a village that's doing some construction work, and the construction work accidentally breaks down the seal to an ancient demon known as Rawhead Rex. And this ancient demon proceeds to just kind of fuck up the town for a while till it's ultimately killed.
Okay.
But its name is Rawhead Rex.
So that's it? It's a funny haha name?
So, like, it's ultimate... I mean, in the novel, what ends up killing it is the, like, idol of a pregnant woman being held up to it to cause it to kind of, like, paralyze and... like become weak, and then like they just kind of stomp it to death. In the movie, they kind of a similar thing, but instead it's just they hold it up and he kind of gets zapped back into nothingness, which is whatever. But yeah,
I mean, as long as they don't do, like what Stephen King did in his novel with How to Beat It.
That's not
Pennywise.
That's actually not how they beat Pennywise in the book.
I know, but he did not need to include that scene.
No.
And
I mean,
We know what we're talking about.
everybody
I
knows what
don't.
we're talking about.
If you read it, I don't want to. I don't want to say what we're talking about because, good lord,
What? The underage gangbang?
yeah.
Oh no, I said it. I like how I went from 2 to 1 as soon as I said that too. Anyway. To be okay, although in context, that's not how they beat him.
I know.
It's
They
how
beat
were.
him,
It's how they were trying to escape the tunnels because the tunnels were still partially like hexed.
controlled by him.
Yeah. So doing that like cleared their mind of like the control. I know it's stupid.
Yeah. They could have just not though.
You could have totally not. But to be fair, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Personal experience.
Tried it once. It sucks. Not interested.
I ain't no cop.
I'll admit. I tried a line of Coke once. I didn't like it. Oh well. Such as. I prefer other drugs. I'm an adult. Weed, shrooms, acid when I can get to it.
So is Demon City Nowaru its own thing? or is-
Shinjuku.
Nowaru? With like Faltery Goku King?
That one must be new.
And
To my knowledge, that's actually new to me.
what about what about
What about
Invader
us?
Summer? Or
So-
A Wind Named Amnesia? Or Evil Deity Gourmet? Or Meiji Dorakuden?
So,
Ah!
stop. So, Wind Named Amnesia actually was a movie too. That actually got a movie treatment. That one's also a kind of interesting batshit story, but it's a bit more subtle. So what happens is all of humanity loses all of their memories on everything all at once.
Okay.
Right. And this is, I mean, I'll just spoil the whole fucking thing for you because
Yeah, sure, I guess.
so so it follows a guy who he gets some of his like not his memories but like knowledge put back into him by computers. I know.
Okay.
So he's a random kid. He accidentally stumbles upon a secret government base where another kid who had a bunch of computer chips loaded into his brain to make
Yeah.
so he wouldn't like he'd actually like be smart, like super like smart and stuff and everything. They happen upon each other, and computer chip kid is like, I want to be dying anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make your brain a little bit better so you know things now, and you can figure out what the shit happened to the world. So he's like, okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know anything else. May as well. So he proceeds to just kind of dick around the world trying to figure out what happens, and he ends up upon a beautiful girl who also seems to know things, and they team up, and it's revealed that the girl is an alien. Yes. So the aliens use alien tech to strip all of humanity of their memories because they wanted to see if humanity's will to explore and diversify is naturally natural to humans or something that they just kind of picked up over the years. Because humanity had just started like being able to explore outside of the solar system
Sure.
by the time the book had started. Like they'd like gained like low interstellar travel. Like they're just kind of like getting there. So the aliens like, all right, before we let the rest of the humans into the universe, let's see if they're kind of shit or kind of good.
Okay.
And
And he fucks the alien.
actually, yeah, they do have sex at one point.
Of course they do.
It's actually a very brief moment in the book. It's
But it's a whole 15 minutes on the in the movie.
no, it's actually a pretty brief moment in the movie too. She just kind of invites him naked. She just kind of gets naked and invites him to it, and they just kind of like go
On
past
the
it.
next episode of
I mean, it also involved accidental incest.
Is he an alien?
No. So during their travels, they end up at like a future amusement parks, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Think like Epcot more.
Sure.
So they end up at an Epcot thing, and they find two people who seem to possibly be still.
Somewhat cognizant.
Yes. Like one of them's a doctor and nurse, and because he had gotten hurt, he gets patched up by them, and then as it turns out, what's really happening is the theme park is run by like a low level AI supercomputer, and the supercomputer kind of needed people to like serve a purpose, so it just so happened to find a father daughter pair who were in the area.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And then proceeded to just kind of like also like microchip them sort of and like make them, and it had them just kind of like go around the park doing things like being the town doctor and nurse, being the town shopkeep, and at one point they end up being like a town married couple, and they're a married couple doing married couple things. Yeah.
See also gross.
It's not intentional on their part. It's just kind of like the world's kind of completely fucky, so weird fucky things are going to kind of accidentally happen. I mean, there's another guy who they end up the big antagonist ends up being like at first it's like a cult leader who managed to get a like construction mech builded and working. Like he kind of like got like figured out how to control it sort of. So he starts like a cult of personality around him and him, like, you know, like,
Look at me, I'm so good.
I control the machine god. And as it turns out, the construction mech had some also AI in it, and the AI, for whatever reason, decides that it really hates the protagonist. So every now and again, the construction mech just shows up in the book to try and murder him, and he has to kind of fend it off or run away. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, it ultimately, to give you the end,
No, it's fine. Don't spoil.
I already gave a bunch of it away.
Yeah.
But this, and then this became a movie too. The movie's a little bit more obtuse about it, because the book kind of more basically just says straight out, yeah, this is what's going on. The book, the movie's a little bit more obtuse about the whole situation, but yeah. It's also by Kawajiri. So all the movies that are done by him are all done by Kawajiri. He's a famous Japanese anime director.
Okay.
Yeah. You would know him from all the books I just listed. He also did like Ninja Scroll. You know that one?
The video game? No.
The animated movie. That also became a short TV series too for a little bit. He's done a bunch of stuff. A lot of, like, if you've seen that old school anime look, like, if you pulled up Demon City, Shinjuku, Wicked City, like that anime look, you're like, oh, that's his style. Like, he's that
Yu Yu
style.
Hakusho.
It's a similar style, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a kind of, like that, that's the old, like that older 80s, 90s anime style. Like, that's him.
Dragon Ball.
Different. I'm talking about, like, the more gothy, darker stuff. Like the old school OVA stuff.
Grave of the Fireflies.
Sure.
That's pretty dark.
Oh, is that dark?
That's pretty dark. That's like,
That's a different type of dark.
yeah.
That's right in your Fifi's dark. So anyway.
Yeah. Check out our Studio Ghibli episode.
Our Tokusatsu one's doing not terrible numbers. Better than some of the other ones we've been doing. Which is nice. Anyway, what else is it? Because, like, again, this is just, like, going off the English stuff. Like, he's got a whole fuckload of Japanese shit, too, that we're not even, like...
Scratching the surface on.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, like, I just found out that there's a spin-off series to the spin-off series.
And the spin-off series.
Yeah, like for Demon City Shinjuku. Like, I didn't know that there's one now about Setsuruki's nephew. I didn't know he had a nephew. I love Setsuruki. He's a great character. He's kind of like if Vampire Hunter D became a private detective. Except his power is even more bullshit, technically. You know Walter's power from Hellsing?
Kind of.
The wires that can cut things.
Kind of.
Yeah, imagine that, but also with the ability to cut, like, existence, so to say. Like, when he cuts something, not only is he cutting it, but he's cutting, like, its existence, so to say. Like, it's not supposed to be able to ever be put back together type.
Gotcha, I think.
I know, it doesn't make sense, but at the same time, when you realize how it kind of works, it's like, oh, this is fuckedly broken. Because, like, he can kind of, like, generate, like, unlimited amounts of this wire.
Unlimited power!
Yeah, so just imagine an unlimited amount of wires that you can't see that can cut you down to your very existence, just kind of being everywhere all at once. He could more or less do that, which is just kind of bullshittily broken when you think about it. Like at one point in Mahoden, he basically just spreads the wires out to where he could kind of like get like a whole overview of the entire area that he's in. Bathroom?
Knows.
Ah, okay. I don't know if you're still there, George. Hi.
He's probably not.
Oh well. Chip time. How's everybody out there in Dreamland doing? Having fun? Well, I know you're not having fun. You're just a concept against fun. I'm talking to the audience. Huh?
I'm just an
I can sing. He can talk. He can talk. I can sing. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Can I play the piano? I don't know. Well, I couldn't before. Do you want some Sudafed? Do you want some Sudafed? Favors for Sudafed.
Excuse me.
I know it's a Family Guy joke, but who are they making fun of for that?
They call out a specific actor or
It's two actresses. It's like one who's him and it's his brother too.
I think it's him and his father.
Is it the father?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it
Or a son.
Was it the Baldwins?
No.
Oh well. Are you gonna check that now?
Yeah.
He's gonna check the sexual favors for Sudafed joke. I'm cool with that. How many times I have to tell you to drop trading sexual favors for Sudafed?
Kirk Cameron's younger brother.
Okay. Yeah. Kurt. Okay, the Kurt Cameron.
Yeah, they had to do it.
Yep. Because Kurt Cameron is a. This was like when Meg was doing the Christian thing again, I think. Yep. This was one of those weird, like, atheist episodes. Yeah, yep. Bum, 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 bum. I got the joke.
Did you?
I Dream a Genie.
Oh,
okay. I thought you were doing the I Dream a Genie thing. Never mind.
I went to the beat of because you started doing it.
Da da dun 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 dun. Da da da. Does it in? Did they? No, I'm thinking of Bewitched. They did a live action movie with
What's her name?
I was gonna say what's his name?
We should.
Will Ferrell. That's his name. Yeah,
We
Will
should.
Ferrell did a live action Bewitched movie for some reason,
We should.
but I don't think they did a live action Why am I saying live? Because Bewitched was live action originally too. A remake movie, reboot movie, whatever the fuck. Why am I saying like it's like a fucking Disney thing? Fucking,
We should.
Back to the show. Back to the show. I know. We stumble. It's what we do.
Yeah, but we could stumble in that by getting back in to this from where we were.
Oh no, like we can't take 2 minutes to address other stuff. It's what we do.
No.
Yada. I hope you to know that I am doing this as hard as I can right now. No, that's not an Elon
So you
joke.
were talking
that's a
about
Moon Knight joke. Although, why does he talk like a Moon Knight? That's so... whatever. We'll come back to that. So, Hideyuki Kikuchi? Yeah. I mean... Yeah, no, like, Setsura Aki, like, his power is just... like, his base power is, besides being, like, unnaturally sexy and handsome, like... He could also weirdly control the cold. Well, his other alternate self can control cold temperatures, kind of, sort of. It's because he's like, there's like the normal him, and then there's like a second him, like a split personality thing, which shows up every now and again. But yeah, no, okay. So at one point, in Yashikiden, at one point, he's in a hospital bed recovering, right? Setsura Aki. He's in a hospital bed recovering, and the main antagonist, the princess, she's a ancient Chinese vampire. I know, 4,000-year-old Chinese vampire princess.
But she looks like she's 12.
No, it looks like she's in her mid-20s if memory serves, like 18, 19-ish, but whatever.
But she looks like she's 12.
He's not. He really isn't like that. I think there's only like one real instance I can think of like underage characters being presented like that, and it's between two underage characters, and it's presented in a negative light. So like he's not really into that. Like I don't think I've ever. I can't think of off the top of my head besides that one instance where like he did anything. Like I can't think of it. Like there's a lot more fucked up sexual stuff in his books, but in terms of like underage shit, I honestly I can't think of anything aside from that one instance where it was portrayed more or less negatively. And even then, like, if they're adults in some circumstances, if it's supposed to be negative, like, he portrays it as, like, a bad thing. Like, I mean...
Yeah, just fuck the female wall for all of eternity.
Well, I mean, that's a different type of fucked up. I'm talking about, like, you know, unconsenting, like, shit. Like, that's... Usually if it's, like, non-consent, like, you know, people, like, trying to snuggle struggle.
Things that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, if you're trying to snuggle struggle, it's usually presented as negatively. Occasionally, like, a little bit of, like, a CNC thing going on, it's implied, but, like, difference. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, weird. But, yeah, no, so he's, like, he's in a hospital.
Remember your safe word, peoples.
He's laid up in the hospital bed, and the
safe word is always banana.
The princess is bearing down on him. She's about to bite his neck so she could turn him into a vampire.
The safe word is always banana.
And his body subconsciously defends itself by literally turning his swag to 1,000, where his body somehow makes himself so good looking that he proceeds to glow. And the princess is like, fuck, I can't touch this now for some... Like, I'm not joking. Like, that basically happens. She's like, shit, he's too sexy. It's basically blinded me and paused me for a minute. And she's like, all right, I guess I'll have to come back when his swag is down. I'm not joking. This is an actual thing that happens in the book. He's unconscious in a hospital bed. The main villain, she's about to bite him and turn him into a vampire and enthrall him. And his body's like, nah, bitch, get a look at my riz.
And this is Demon City?
This is Yashikiden, which is a Demon City...
Subsect?
Yes. Hello again, Kelly. Hey, I missed you. There you are.
Demon City Blues subsect?
It's part of the Blues series, yes, because the Blues, the Demon City Blues covers Setsura Aki and his stories. And then Dr. Mephisto is just kind of like an ever-presence in the Demon City stuff. Like, if there's a Demon City book, you're gonna see Mephisto at some point or another.
Okay.
Hi, and how are you doing today? I'm doing good. Talking the batshittery of Hideyuki Kikuchi, if you haven't been paying attention. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a very batshit Japanese author, and it's quite fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and that's not even the weirdest thing that happens in that book. In those books. Like, at one point or another, Setsura accidentally becomes psychically linked to a giant clam that has existed at the bottom of the ocean since, like, the Earth was first formed. Oh, it's been around since, like, the beginning of time. Like, the giant clam's been around since, like, the beginning of time, basically.
Okay.
Yes. And he accidentally becomes psychically linked to this clam. So whenever the clam wakes up from its slumber, he falls asleep and proceeds to accidentally lose control of his wire powers.
Because the clam has it?
Because the clam doesn't know what the fuck's going on, yes. The clam is just like, why am I psychically linked to this person? What is going on? So he just starts spewing out these, like, wires that, again, you could basically just, you can't see, like, more or less, because they're, like, nano wires.
Thin.
And they're made out of, like, titanium or tungsten or whatever, and they can cut through anything. And again, he can make an infinite amount to the point where it's like, yeah, he could basically accidentally cut all of creation in half if we don't stop this. Yeah, it's like he can accidentally cut the universe in sunder if we don't stop this shit. So they have to try and figure out how to unpsychically link him from the giant clam at the bottom of the ocean.
Kill the clam.
I think Mephisto does it with his bullshit powers at some point or another.
Kill the clam!
I know at one point they throw a bunch of grenades into his body. Because,
The clam's body?
well, Setsura itself. Because while he's like this, he's also kind of sort of partially ocean. Yeah.
What?
So, yeah, so he's also now part, like, ocean, like, psychically ocean or whatever, linked to the clam. So they throw some grenades into him, and they're like, hopefully these grenades knock the clam unconscious. Or are they trying to wake it up, or are they trying to put it to sleep? One or the other. Yeah. But he ends up psychically linked to a giant clam. Yeah, I know. Again, this is all, like, I mean, they accidentally... Okay, so in Stephen King's It, they somehow psychically become linked to a giant turtle, and that's not crazy?
Yes.
But... again, though, I'd say Clive Barker's a little bit more than... Because, like, Stephen King, it's, like, all kind of one jointed metaverse type thing going on and everything. And there's, like... Whereas Stephen King, it's like, yeah, this universe is batshit, this universe is batshit, this universe is batshit, this universe is batshit. None of them have to do anything with each other, and I just kind of like making them exist.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there? Again, like the main character. So like the main character Kyoya, like his power is he can literally kind of manifest miracles, like, you know, like religious like miracles sort of, using the power of his own thoughts and imaginations.
So he's an orc.
Kinda, yes.
Wog!
Yes, he wargs. So, yeah.
Naga, 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 naga.
His power is called Nenpo, which just basically means thought power. And it kind of just does whatever he needs to do by waving his wooden sword at it. If it needs to kill a demon, it kills the demon. If it needs to heal somebody, it heals them. If he needs to fucking, like, levitate, he can levitate.
Warg.
Although I don't think he gets that till later. But... careful with this one, though, because, again, it's a very... The book doesn't exist. It shouldn't, you know... This one, a little bit more easy to get. I'm a little less caring about that. But, yeah, no, like I said, this one, technically, number 3 shouldn't exist. But I have it, so...
somehow.
I'm only missing technically 2.5 books. I
Excuse me.
need Ghost Tales of the Ghost Swords, which is a short story anthology of his. I need Call of
In English, right?
Yes, I need Call of Innsmouth, which is him doing a Western Cthulhu book. I know. He does a lot of Cthulhu shit. Like at one point, Vampire Hunter D kills Cthulhu, sort of, but we'll get to that in the Vampire Hunter D episode. Anyway, and I need the Japanese Vampire Stories books, which name is, but that's just like a bunch of different authors, and he happens just to have a story in there, so I'll get it eventually. But yeah, no, I'm just missing like 2 of his, and then some of the Vampire Hunter D novels, but like the only 2 or 3 I'm missing of those are like unchristly on eBay, so like we'll get there when we get there.
I'm trying to find Demon City Hunter
Volume 3?
Volume 3 in English. Let's see.
Good luck. I've checked the publisher's website. Like the publisher's website is just basically now just like a, hey, we're still technically alive homepage, and that's it. I know. Yeah, hey, you know, ADV manga's still technically alive, guys. I'm sure if you were to look up like the SKU number, you could probably technically find it, but like in terms of like My Anime List, Wikipedia, like a lot of other places, that doesn't exist.
Challenge accepted.
Dude, you don't think I haven't done this myself? There's
Yes.
also supposed to be 17 of those, so I'm missing the other. What's 3 minus 17? I'm sorry, I'm having a split. 14, thank you. I'm missing the other 14.
Negative 14. If you do 3 minus.
You know what I
17.
mean? Yes. And I'm missing the other negative 14. I found a whole lot. I found the whole Japanese lot once on eBay, but somebody else got it to me before I did. So I'll eventually go to Japan and like go to a used bookstore and just come back with like 3 boxes full of fucking books by him in Japanese. But we'll get there when we get there. Unless somebody who lives in Japan and wants to be my friend, and they have a used bookstore, I will gladly.
So I see different variations of that, like the Shonen Champion comic, but not not that particular variant. It looks like.
Well, yeah, because this is the ADV version.
No, it's when looking at it, it's the ADV
Cover?
Yeah, it just has a different cover. If that makes sense. Like,
Well, even if you go and look at like if you go and look at like eBay listings for this, you'll see that there's like a cup. Yeah, it's similar but different.
yeah,
Yeah. They also have like different artwork covers for some of them too. You'll find if you go on like eBay and stuff and look up like Volume 1 and Volume 2, the covers will be different from what these covers are.
but why?
I don't know. If you look up Yashikiden on eBay too, sometimes you'll get the old publishers like production covers too. Like
Homie, I won't even know how to spell Yashikiden.
I don't feel like saying it. Whatever. Like the covers that, like for whatever reason, like the publishers for these, like Dark Horse, ADV, like they'll like put like a production cover, like a teaser cover up, and that'll get used sometimes more than the actual regular cover that gets printed. I don't know why. At least when it comes to those books,
Limited print runs?
it's weird. No, these are extremely limited print runs. Like I think Vampire Hunter D is basically like they only print to like who pre-orders it now. Basically, like I think they only make like by the time Volume 30 was doing, I think they were only doing like a few thousand copies, and then that was like it. After like Volume 20, I think after like Volume 22 or Volume 23, Dark Horse basically just kind of limited its production of the English book to like a couple thousand, and then it's like that's it. So now like the prices of everything post like Volume 22 of Vampire Hunter D on eBay is fucking expensive as shit. Like the first books, everything pre that, you can find like lots, like easy, it's cheap as shit. But like once you get into the 20s for the Vampire Hunter D novels in English for whatever reason on eBay, it's fucking expensive as shit. I don't know why.
Scarcity.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Artificial inflation.
Whatever.
Just saying.
I think I'm just missing 25, 26, and 20. No, I think I'm missing 26, 27, and 28. I think those are the only ones I'm missing off the top of my head. And again, I just don't feel like spending $200 on a fucking book. I mean, the other ones I said that I'm missing that he's done, I could find those for like $30 on eBay, no problem. Not even like cheaper in other places. But like, I haven't gotten around to ordering them for myself. But
I don't blame you.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just easier to not.
I mean, for like the cheaper ones, again, it's just kind of like I'm lazy and just not as like, but like it irks me that I don't have them because like I really want to be the completionist about it. But at the same time, it's like I don't feel like spending like $20 right now when I could do it for other things. But like whatever, it's on my to-do list. I'll order them eventually. But yeah, no, I mean, Jesus Christ, those like, what else is just some weird like bad shit stuff like, so like one of the so
I don't know. I have never read any of this man's work. I have only seen the 2 Vampire Hunter D movies that we have watched, and
like,
at that point, we are doing a entirely separate Vampire Hunter D episode. Apparently,
well, because like Vampire Hunter D in and of itself is like its own like it's also like its own just kind of like massive bullshit
fuckery.
Because it's like it's 50 mainline novels, like at least. I don't know how many it is at the moment because he hasn't stopped making these fuckers. It's like 3 different spin-off series and the short stories plus the fucking mangas and everything. Like Vampire Hunter D is its own like it's its own popular separate thing, like almost independent of Hideyuki Kikuchi. Partially because just like say Bloodlust, the movie itself. Like some people only know like just Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Like, and they're like, oh, there's more to this than just this one movie. Like, yeah, dude, there's a whole fucking expanded universe. There's a video, like, there's a lot. Like,
Bloodlust was the second one?
Bloodlust is the second movie from 2000, yeah.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, 2000. That one's based off the 3rd book of the Vampire Hunter D books.
Because why would they ever go in order?
Well, the 2nd book, honestly, Riser of the Gales, really wouldn't have worked itself out as like a movie in terms of plot line. Like it wouldn't have worked like as a movie as well as like say this book did. Like so when they got there and they were also trying to do books 8 and 9. They were trying to get those made into movies at some point, but they kept falling through.
Okay.
Because books 8 and 9 is Journey to the Northern Sea, and yeah, so that's like his first. I think that's his first 2-part novel. Like it was like part 1, part 2, and then from there he just kind of starts keep doing that for a little while. Like he's done like a few multi-part novels. The biggest ones I think is probably the Pale Fallen Angels one, which is a 4-parter. I think that's the whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, it's yeah. So Vampire, like I said, Vampire, and then like some people like also kind of just know like Wicked City and like just kind of know Demon City Shinjuku, just because they're like kind of well known-ish, like you know, dark anime like that OVA style. His other one, Wind Named Amnesia, that one is a little less known unless you're like really, really getting into it. And then, was there any other movies that are based off his books off the top of my head? No, I think that's all of them, I think. I know I own them all on DVD, I think. Oh, no, Dark Side Blues. Oh, my God, yo, Dark Side Blues is his own kind of weird. So, it's, okay, so it started off as like a canceled manga series.
I just want people to understand that the whole idea, the whole premise of stumbling down History Road was that I wanted to just talk to people and try and figure out things that they were like fucking nerding out over and ecstatic about and super passionate about, and like this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, yeah. No, okay. Well, no, because Dark Side Blues has like a really, really fucky what the shit moment, like in the first few minutes, especially if you read the manga version. Okay, so like so in Dark Side Blues, it's kind of like Demon City Shinjuku, but instead of demons, it's corporate oligarchs.
Okay.
I know. It's so basically like there's like this super conglomerate that basically takes over like the whole planet. Like they buy out the whole planet except for the ward of Shinjuku. So that becomes kind of like its own lawless, like little like, free hole in the wall type thing. Like, stuff that you can't find in corporate world, you find in Shinjuku type thing. So there's like some people who are like, kind of like resistance against them, and they capture one, and it's like this chick. And they capture her and they bring her up to like, I guess like their satellite or whatever it is. I think it's the satellite, like, and they start to torture her. And they torture her by, in the movie, they just kind of like cut her, like put a cut in her side or whatever, and they stick like this device into her, and it starts turning her into like a gold statue, right?
Okay.
And that's how they're kind of like, okay, well, since you like fucked up and like caused us profit issues and whatever, and aren't going to turn on your friends or whatever, we're just going to turn you into gold and sell off your gold to make up for the profits.
As you do.
As you do. In the novel, in the manga version, it's slightly more fucked up because instead of just a device that they stick into her, they stick a miniature factory. Like I'm not like an actual miniature factory. They put it, they like shove it into her stomach, and it's literally like a bunch of miniature people, like taking her apart bit by bit, converting it into gold, and then putting it back in place. And it shows this because they cut, like, there's a couple panels where they cut to of two of the workers in the factory staring up at staring up at like the guy and the chick and just kind of commenting on, oh yeah, I guess it's going to be another long night at work and stuff. And they're just like, dude, you're miniature people having a smoke break by in the middle of turning a chick into a stat. Like, what the fuck is this? And like, you have to figure that's slightly more fucky because like, yeah, they're taking her apart. Like the miniature people taking her apart, like, and turning her into gold and then like replacing its, because compared to just kind of being turned, so you're like, what the shit? And then you're like, what the shit? And then, yeah, so it's like, again, it's just, he's literally just the author of like, what the shit? Again, and so that's why I kind of like, because if you go into like Clive Barker stuff, you end up just kind of going, what the shit?
Yeah.
Whereas like with, Stephen King, it's like, oh yeah, okay, vampire, clown monster.
Weird.
Like, yeah, it's weird. It's scary, but it's not like batshit.
The fuck did I just read?
And that's why I love batshit, and he's just such a batshit author. Like I could go, like, and again, I could go on and like just get into like the weird sex stuff, like the other stuff. Like again,
we don't need to get into the weird sex stuff.
We don't need to. I know, I'm just saying, but like, yeah. No,
is there anything you want to finish us off with this?
I mean,
other than try reading some of his work.
Yeah. If not, just watch the movies. I've already listed off like I said, Vampire Hunter D. Well, no, first Demon City and Shinjuku, Vampire Hunter D, Wicked City, Wind Named Amnesia, Dark Side Blues, Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust. Those are the movies. From there, like just the Vampire Hunter D. I mean, honestly, just go with the mangas, I guess, if you want to save yourself the time of actually reading a novel. Because there's manga versions of Demon City Shinjuku. They did do manga versions of the two novels for this, Demon City Shinjuku and Demon Palace Babylon. So if you want to skip the novels and just go with, again, slightly easier read, mangas are always a slightly easier read. And those are still fairly easy to get, except for like the weird expensive Vampire Hunter D stuff. For the most part, you could either find most of the stuff either free, like in terms of the manga stuff, you gotta find it free on hosting sites.
Mine.
Yarg.
Yarg.
Or like you could, they're just cheap as shit on eBay, Amazon used list. Heck, I think there's a Demon City Shinjuku RPG game book I still have to get that's also on Amazon for like $30. Now that I think about it, just so I could have it. Not that I intend to play the tabletop version. I might if I can find people, but I'll play the. I also need to get the Dresden Files RPG books too eventually. Those are on my to-do list. Just like I don't know, whatever. Anyway,
Anything else to close us off?
we'll do the Vampire D episode whenever the custom sword guy gets to the custom sword, I guess.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, our usual.
We got goals.
We got the usual goals.
500 is a Pornhub channel. 1,000 is
Marrying people.
marrying 2 people. You know who the fuck you are. 750 because we keep skipping over them because it's funny to pretend like we forget about you, Pat. Sprite Boy, you're gonna give us one.
It's gonna go in the background somewhere.
Yep, 1,001 is going to be a Lego Humvee, given out to a random fan.
subscriber.
I still technically owe 1 or 2 people a shirt from our 250, which I'm sorry, things have been weird.
Should have gotten back to us earlier.
They did. It was me. Things have been weird. Life finds a way.
Dude, I got
2,500. We have Superfan George giving us a sword. Superfan Charles is going to get a nipple tattoo of Assassin's Creed logo.
on his nippers.
10,000. We don't have anything.
10,000 we get the knife
10,000 is the necklace knife,
version of the Monster Hunter from Shade,
and then 1 million. We're kidnapping Joe Rogan,
and taking his sword.
and then
We're taking his antique katana and we're kidnapping him. And we're going to do a whole episode where we're on ketamine.
I didn't say this to you yet, but I'm saying it to us now. I think 420 we're gonna do an Easter special with karaoke. Litty titty fucking karaoke weed fest. Fucking Easter
What,
hangout bullshit.
Liddy titties, we got some chicks coming now.
No, but
When
like
is 420? Is that next week or the week
it's
after?
next Sunday.
Is it next Sunday?
Yeah.
Fuck. Why do I still think it's still a little bit earlier in the month?
That's 420/Easter.
Easter's
Next
not 420? I thought Easter
Yeah.
was like the 28th.
No, Easter is the second to last Sunday or something like that, I think. I don't fucking know. It changes every year,
Well,
surprisingly.
yeah.
But it
well, that I feel that was hard.
happens to be on Hitler's
Alright.
birthday.
What, 420?
Yeah.
Well, that's been an accidental thing since the start of the
I meant Easter.
Yeah, well,
Happens to be on Hitler's birthday.
yeah, I know.
Slash also Columbine. Slash also.
Yeah, 420 is an interesting day.
Slash also. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do for our 420/Easter hangout. 'Cause I think we're going to do a hangout next week.
That sounds fine. I'm cool with that.
Karaoke hangout.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
karaoke. Karaoke's fun, especially if we're getting Liddy off of it and whatever.
Yeah, just lots and lots of weed and drinks.
Oh, are you gonna finally get
No.
higher? Nope, Jackson's not gonna. Jackson doesn't do weed still. I'm teasing. Relax.
Yeah. I'll be in a fucking corner if I'm on marijuana.
I think our subscribers would like to see that.
No.
Oh, I know George would be like, look at him.
Nobody needs to see that.
Jackson.
Actual factual. But yeah, good night, people.
Yeah, I guess. Good night.
Good night, people.
Kind of got it whole. Anyway. Yes. Whatever.
I'm just doing that thing.
I'm aware. I'm just kind of chilling now, hanging out. And you could